Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our third session for English speaking, writing and reading skills. In the previous two sessions, we have discussed the usage of is, am and are. We discussed positive sentences, negative sentences, questions. In this session, we'll discuss there is and there are. Okay, so just be ready with your paper and pen, and once again, you have to pause the session whenever I say. Okay, so let's begin. Now, we use there is and there are to indicate or describe, right? Is for singular and are for plural. There is a toy shop near my house. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? मेरे घर के पास में एक टॉय शॉप है. Okay, so there is एक toy shop, so there is. Okay, there is a swimming pool in our society. हमारी सोसाइटी में एक स्विमिंग पूल है. ओके, स्विमिंग पूल क्योंकि एक है इसलिए देयर इज. ओके, सो हमारी सोसाइटी में एक स्विमिंग पूल है, हमारे घर के पास में एक टॉय शॉप है, तो क्या बोलेंगे? देयर इज अ टॉय शॉप नियर माय हाउस, देयर इज अ स्विमिंग पूल इन आवर सोसाइटी. Right, you can frame more sentences. There are 40 students in my class. There are 10 family members or 10 members in my family. So many sentences can be framed. Okay, we put up more examples. Here, there are 4 members in my family. Okay, then here are, because we are talking about 4 members, right? So it's a plural, so there are. Okay, there is a repeat telecast of football match on television tonight. फुटबॉल मैच का आज रिपीट टेलीकास्ट है टेलीविज़न पर, ऐसा कहा गया है. ओके, देर आर 1000 मीटर्स इन 1 किलोमीटर. 1 किलोमीटर में 1000 मीटर्स होते हैं, राइट? सो देर आर 1000 मीटर्स इन 1 किलोमीटर. Similarly, we use there is with singular noun or with an uncountable noun, right? Uncountable, that means count जिसको नहीं किया जा सकता. Okay, let's take some examples. There is a post office near my house. Okay, a post office. There is a gold coin in the pot. इस pot में एक gold coin है. There is some tea in the teapot. Now tea you cannot count. टी को आप गिन नहीं सकते हैं. एक टी है, 2 टी है, 4 टी है, राइट? सो हम क्या करेंगे? अनकाउंटेबल नाउन है इसलिए विल यूज इज. ओके, सो देयर इज सम टी इन द टीपॉट. टीपॉट में थोड़ी सी चाय है. ओके, नाउ शॉर्ट फॉर्म. द शॉर्ट फॉर्म ऑफ देयर इज दिस, राइट? देयर इज अ फ्लावर शॉप इन द नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीट. Negative form, there isn't or there aren't. Okay, now we use the short forms when we are speaking. For example, there isn't any sugar in the tea. चाय में शक्कर नहीं है, शुगर नहीं है. Okay, there aren't any vegetable in the refrigerator today. फ्रिज में सब्जियां नहीं हैं. Okay, आज फ्रिज में कोई सब्जी नहीं है. Okay, there aren't any vegetables in the refrigerator today. Okay, now let's see questions. Is there a pizza parlor in this area? इस एरिया में कोई पिज़्ज़ा पार्लर है? If somebody is asking a question, आपसे कुछ भी पूछा जा रहा है about पिज़्ज़ा पार्लर, इस एरिया में पिज़्ज़ा पार्लर है क्या, राइट? और are there any apples on the tree? इस ट्री पर कोई भी एप्पल्स हैं? कुछ एप्पल्स हैं इस ट्री पर? ऐसा, दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर्म. ओके, now we discuss short answers. For example, is there a computer in the house? Somebody is asking, कोई पूछ रहा है कि तुम्हारे घर में कंप्यूटर है. आप क्या जवाब देंगे? अगर है तो yes there is, अगर नहीं है तो no there isn't. Okay, so is there a computer in the house? Yes there is, no there isn't. Okay, प्रीवियस सेशन में हमने बात किया था कि जब भी एफर्मेटिव आंसर हो आप शॉर्ट फॉर्म यूज़ नहीं कर सकते. सो वी विल बी यूजिंग लॉन्ग फॉर्म. येस देयर इज. ओके, और नेगेटिव है तो आप शॉर्ट फॉर्म यूज़ कर सकते हो, जैसे नो देयर इजंट. ओके, Are there any kids in the park? Yes, there are. Right? Again, long form we have to use. Yes, there are. और अगर नहीं है तो no, there aren't. Okay? So, just pause the session, read out all the sentences once. Now we read some more sentences for better practice. There are 7 days in a week. There are 9 planets in the solar system. There are a lot of trees in my garden. We can't go skiing. There isn't any snow. This park is very lonely. There aren't many people here. Are there any letters for me today? How many players are there in a cricket team? Is there any problem? Is there a train to Mumbai tonight? Rita said, please help me, there is something in my eye. Okay, so you just pause the session, read out all the sentences at least for 3 times. You can even make more sentences. Like there are 7 days in a week. इसी तरह से आप बोल सकते हैं there are 12 months in a year. There are 30 days in a month. I just translate all the sentences. There are 7 days in a week. एक हफ्ते में 7 दिन होते हैं. There are 9 planets in the solar system. हमारे solar system में 9 planets हैं, 9 planets हैं. Planets means उपग्रह. Okay? हमारे solar system में 9 उपग्रह हैं. There are a lot of trees in my garden. मेरे garden में या मेरे बाग में बहुत सारे पेड़ हैं. We can't go skiing. There isn't any snow. हम लोग स्कीइंग पे नहीं जा सकते हैं. स्कीइंग मीन्स जो आइस पर स्केटिंग की जाती है उसको स्कीइंग कहा जाता है. We can't go skiing. There isn't any snow. हम लोग स्कीइंग पर नहीं जा सकते हैं क्योंकि कोई बर्फ नहीं है बाहर, स्नो नहीं है. राइट? बर्फ पे ही स्कीइंग की जा सकती है. अगर बर्फ नहीं है तो स्कीइंग नहीं हो सकती. दिस पार्क इज वेरी लोनली. लोनली मीन्स यहाँ पर कोई भी नहीं है. ठीक है, सूना है कहने का मतलब. सो दिस पार्क इज वेरी लोनली. ये पार्क में कोई भी नहीं है. देर आरंट मैनी पीपल हियर. यहाँ पर ज़्यादा लोग नहीं हैं. सो ये पार्क सूना है, यहाँ पर ज़्यादा लोग नहीं हैं. आर देयर एनी लेटर्स फॉर मी टुडे. मेरे लिए कोई लेटर्स हैं क्या आज? हाउ मेनी प्लेयर्स आर देयर इन अ क्रिकेट टीम. एक क्रिकेट टीम में कितने प्लेयर्स होते हैं? इज देयर एनी प्रॉब्लम. क्या कोई प्रॉब्लम है या क्या कोई समस्या है? इज देयर अ ट्रेन टू मुंबई टुनाइट. आज रात को मुंबई के लिए कोई ट्रेन है क्या? क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है. आज रात को मुंबई के लिए कोई ट्रेन है क्या? रितु सेड प्लीज हेल्प मी, देयर इज समथिंग इन माई आई. रितु कह रही है मेरी कुछ हेल्प करिए, मेरी आंखों में कुछ गिर गया है. ओके, लेट्स डू सम मोर प्रैक्टिस. Rewrite these sentences beginning with there. Okay, now once again you pause the session, try to answer, try to rewrite the sentences on your own, then you just match them with mine. Okay, the solar system contains 9 planets. Okay, now इसका जो हम दोबारा लिख रहे हैं that is there are 9 planets in the solar system. Okay, so let's see one by one. We have 5 rooms in our house. That means there are 5 rooms in our house. They have 2 pets in their home. There are 2 pets in their home. I can see a person outside our house. There is a person outside our house. Cricket team has 11 players. There are 11 players in cricket team. My bag is empty. My bag is empty means मेरे बैग में कुछ नहीं है, मेरे बैग खाली है. Okay, so there isn't any money in my bag. Okay, empty means कुछ नहीं है, खाली है. इसका मतलब there isn't any money in my bag. Okay, so pause the session, read out all the sentences once again. Okay, इसी तरह से the zoo has many animals. There are many animals in the zoo. A week has 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. India has 30 states. There are 30 states in India. 365 days in a leap year. There are 365 days in a leap year. Okay, so I hope you are getting the things now. मेरे कहने का मतलब है, मुझे ऐसा उम्मीद है कि अब आप इन सब जो सेंटेंसेस की फ्रेमिंग है अब आप इनको समझ रहे होंगे. ओके, तो अभी हम नेक्स्ट एक्सरसाइज लेते हैं. लेट्स टेक द नेक्स्ट वन. Look at this picture. Pick the clue and write a sentences. Write a sentence. Some clues are given over here. We have to pick the clue and we have to frame a sentence. Okay. इस पिक्चर को देख के वैसे भी आप कई सारे सेंटेंसेस बना ही सकते हैं, जैसे देयर इज अ रैबिट इन द गार्डन, देयर इज अ ट्री इन द गार्डन, देयर इज अ मंकी ऑन द ट्री, देयर इज अ बर्ड, देयर आर टू बर्ड्स ऑन द ट्री, देयर आर ग्रीन लीव्स ऑन द ट्री, there is grass, there are some carrots on the grass, there aren't any fruits on the tree. Okay, there is some grass around the tree, there aren't any flowers in the garden. Okay, यहाँ पे कोई flowers हमें नहीं दिख रहे. That means there aren't any flowers in the garden. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Just pause the session and speak out all the sentences once again. Right, there is a monkey on the tree, there is a hare under the tree, there are some carrots on the grass, there isn't any fruit on the tree, there is some grass around the tree, there aren't any flowers in the garden. Okay, let's see this exercise now. Look at these pictures and write a sentence for each one. Use there is, there are. Okay, there are 3 penguins in the zoo. Okay, we can see 3 zebras over here. So, and we have to make a question because there's a question mark over here. So what will be the question? Are there any zebras in the zoo? Are there any zebras in the zoo? Zoo में कोई zebras हैं या नहीं? Okay. Now, many animals in the zoo. So there are many animals in the zoo. Zoo में बहुत सारे जानवर हैं. Okay. There are 5 students in the class. इस क्लास में 5 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, 5 छात्र हैं. Okay, not many, a negative. So there aren't many lions in the jungle. इस जंगल में ज़्यादा शेर नहीं हैं. There aren't many lions in the jungle. Now question mark. Is there any monkey on the tree? क्या इस पेड़ पर कोई बंदर है? Is there any monkey on the tree? Okay, again we have question mark over here. Are there any butterflies in the garden? Are क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि बहुत सारे बटरफ्लाइज है, राइट? बटरफ्लाइज ये प्लूरल में दिया हुआ है, राइट? So are there any butterflies in the garden? Okay, so once again pause the session, rewrite all the speak out all the sentences at least for 2 to 3 times. Okay, one more we have. Not many vegetables in the basket. There are not many vegetables in the basket. Okay, now one more exercise. Using the following words, write sentences using there is, are, there isn't, aren't, are there. That means precisely we have to make affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences using these words, right? So you can make sentences of your own. I just put few examples. There are many factories near my house. Okay, or there aren't any factories near my house, right? There are so many farms, or there are 4 farms, 5 farms, whatever you wish, you can put up the number. There are many farms around my house. Okay. Similarly, there are mountains near my farm, or there aren't any mountains near my farm. There are rivers near my house. There is an airport in, maybe you can say your area. There is an airport in my city. there isn't any airport in my city, right? पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव दोनों सेंटेंसेस बता रही हूँ मैं. देयर इज एन एयरपोर्ट in my city, there isn't any airport in my city. Or if somebody asks a question, then is there any airport in your city? Okay, there is an island in the sea. There isn't any island in the sea. Is there any island in the sea? Okay, so this way you can make and frame more and more sentences. Now let's have some more practice on this pattern. I speak out some more sentences. You just listen to me carefully and try to make some of the sentences on your own. Okay, suppose there are 26 letters in alphabet. There are 30 days in a week. There are 15 days in a fortnight. There are no letters in this envelope. There are 11 players in cricket team. There are 9 planets in the solar system. There are maybe 35 or 30 states in India. It's an old town. There aren't any tall buildings in this area. Similarly, we can frame some questions also. Is there a bank near here? Are there any restaurants in this area? Is there an airport in your city? Is there a train at 10:30? Is it a fast train? Is there anything on television tonight? Is there a university in your city? Are there any big hotels in your city? Is there a swimming pool in your society? Is there a hospital in your city? Similarly, you can make negative sentences also. It's an old town. There aren't any new buildings. There aren't any big hotels in my city. There aren't any letters for me today. There aren't many people in this restaurant. Okay, so this way you can frame so many sentences. So do revise this session and the previous 2 sessions, and read all the sentences loudly again and again. This way you are training your tongue, you are training your brain and mind, right? So I'll see you in the next session once again. We will discuss present, past and future tenses in the next session. Okay, bye bye.